Liverpool shock. Pre-season delay and Isak Bombshell. Hello and welcome to YNWE Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Liverpool FC postponed start of pre-season. Liverpool have cancelled the phased return of players for pre-season training as they continue to mourn the death of forward Diogo Jota. The first group of Arne Slot's squad were scheduled to attend the club's AXA training complex on Friday for the opening round of physical tests after their summer break. However, the PA news agency understands that has been postponed as the club deals with the aftermath of the shocking tragedy which saw 28-year-old Jota and his brother Andre Silva killed in a car crash in Spain in the early hours of Thursday. Mourners gathered at a wake in Portugal on Friday morning, ahead of the brothers' funeral at the Igreja Matriz de Gondomar in São Cosme at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Portugal head coach Roberto Martinez said the country had lost one of its heroes. "We feel the family's pain and, in this tragedy, we question life in general," he said in a video released by the Portuguese Football Federation. "We have created a family in the national team that goes far beyond football, and Diogo is an important part of that, on and off the field. Portugal will miss one of its heroes." Liverpool head coach Arne Slot said everyone associated with the club owed it to Jota to stand together and be there for one another. "For us as a club, the sense of shock is absolute. Diogo was not just our player. He was a loved one to all of us. He was a teammate, a colleague, a workmate, and in all of those roles he was very special. We need everyone at the club to stand together and to be there for one another. We owe this to Diogo, to Andre Silva, to their wider family and to ourselves." Jota's teammates have spoken of the struggle to comprehend his death, with captain Virgil van Dijk writing on Instagram he was absolutely devastated and in total disbelief. "What a human being, what a player, but most importantly what an unbelievable family man," he added. "A champion forever, number 20 forever. It's been a privilege to have stood by your side on the pitch, and to have been your friend off it." Andy Robertson, who attended Jota's wedding to long-term partner Ruth Cardoso less than a fortnight ago, posted, "I can't believe we're saying goodbye. It's too soon, and it hurts so much. But thank you for being in my life, mate, and for making it better." Heartbroken, former manager Jurgen Klopp, for whom his Christian faith has played a big part in his life, wrote on Instagram, "This is a moment where I struggle. There must be a bigger purpose. But I can't see it." Liverpool, who are supporting Jota's family, have opened a book of condolence, both physical in the Anfield Road stand and online, lowered flags to half-mast and closed all stores in the museum and suspended all tours until Monday. Fans continue to leave flowers, scarves and shirts at a makeshift shrine outside Anfield, and there are similar scenes at Wolves' Molineux Stadium, where he spent 3 years before his move to Liverpool. Second news. Liverpool transfer news as Alexander Isak makes request and new club enters Hugo Ekitike race. Liverpool has sorted out one of the two main priorities that most people would have agreed on heading into the summer. In snapping up Milos Kerkez, the Reds have a major left-back upgrade who will inject fresh energy. Arne Slot's men, though, could still do with a number 9. Florian Wirtz's arrival has added more attacking firepower, but getting an out-and-out striker would add even more depth in the final third heading into the new season. Here is the Liverpool.com verdict on the transfer gossip to emerge around the Reds today. Links with Alexander Isak are not going anywhere, but we start with the young French forward Hugo Ekitike. Hugo Ekitike, Eintracht Frankfurt. Arsenal could join the transfer race for Hugo Ekitike this summer, as Mikel Arteta searches for a new number 9. So far, the Gunners have been frustrated in their attempts to find an upgrade in that position. According to Bild, Arsenal views Ekitike as a viable alternative to Benjamin Sesko, RB Leipzig, and Victor Gyökeres, Sporting CP. That pair could be on the move in the next few weeks, but are going to be incredibly expensive deals to do. Liverpool and Chelsea have both taken a look at the Frenchman, though the latter has already signed Liam Delap and is set to bring in João Pedro from Brighton too. The Reds, meanwhile, are on the hunt for a number 9 but might be put off by the price. As it stands, Frankfurt is demanding in excess of $100 million for its forward. It should be no surprise, then, that Ekatike is still there for now. And with Champions League soccer secured for next season, the Bundesliga side is under no financial pressure to cash in. Ekatike scored 22 goals last season and is a good talent, but he is a little raw at the moment. As Harvey Elliott found out last season, Arne Slot only wants nailed-on world-class players in his team, so it would be a risk. Alexander Isak, Newcastle United. Newcastle United forward Alexander Isak has told Newcastle United that he would be open to leaving, but the club is still not willing to let him go. That is according to Gianluca Di Marzio. Isak would like to leave, the Italian told Ace Odds. But Newcastle are not open to that, at the moment. So it depends on Newcastle and Isak's discussion, if the club will be open to having him on the market. Newcastle is a tough club and they want to keep their best players for next season, including Sandro Tonali. Isak would like to look at other options because at the end of this season, he had the promise from the club and the coach, but Newcastle haven't acted seriously on that yet. Liverpool would likely have to pay more than the $157 million, £116 million package that it put together for Florian Wirtz to bring in Isak, but that might be appealing given the dearth of quality options available on the market, only in the event that Newcastle changes its mind, which it has shown no intention of doing so for the time being. Isak is one of the dream options, alongside Atletico Madrid forward Julian Alvarez. If it happens, then Liverpool would be getting a sure thing. Newcastle, though, is not going to make that easy, even if the rumors are going to continue. Liverpool transfer news as Barcelona star gives Luis Diaz verdict, $106 million defender piques interest. After Liverpool's fast-paced start to the transfer window, things may finally be starting to slow down. Jarell Quansah's exit to Bayer Leverkusen means there are no Liverpool transfers expected to go through imminently, with a sense that the Reds are now waiting for the dust to settle on the first stage of the window before making any major additions. That may even be preceded by exits, with several players linked with moves away from the club. Luis Diaz's name has featured prominently in reports over recent days, and Bayern Munich, like Barcelona before it, saw an approach knocked back by Liverpool on Wednesday. La Liga could still be his ultimate destination if Barcelona can raise the funds needed to arrange a transfer, although the latest reports indicate a move for Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams remains more likely. It's a subject midfielder Dani Olmo discussed at a recent media briefing. He knows Williams well from the Spanish international setup, and revealed he recently met Diaz in Ibiza. Whether they discussed the possibility of teaming up at Barcelona remains unknown. If we talk about it, I'll keep it to myself, Olmo told Mundo Deportivo, when asked about the Liverpool star potentially joining him at the new camp. It was a private conversation. I didn't know him. He's a great person. He's a world-class player, and Barca should have the best players. He's proven it. He's a world-class striker and winger, there's no doubt about that. As for Williams, Olmo added, Nico is another example. I don't know anything. We'll talk during the holidays. Nico is a very top player, but we have to respect the fact that he's not a Barca player. The best have to play at Barca. He's shown the level he brings with his club and the national team. We already know how he would adapt. I like to play with the best. In terms of incomings, while nothing looks imminent, Liverpool will no doubt be making plans behind the scenes. That could involve a move for Castello Luquiba, if reports are to be believed. French outlet Fumercado claims the RB Leipzig defender has piqued the interest of several major European clubs. That includes Liverpool, Bayern Munich and Tottenham Hotspur. Luquiba has a release clause of €90 million, $106M/£78M, although Leipzig would consider a lower offer for a player who is open to leaving this summer, claims the report. The 22-year-old has already played over 100 league matches across Ligue 1 and the Bundesliga, and has earned one senior cap for France. He featured in the Under-21 European Championships this summer, starting 4 of the 5 games at the tournament. Florian Wirtz joins Liverpool. Bayer Leverkusen star becomes Premier League's record signing. Liverpool have completed the signing of Bayer Leverkusen's attacking midfielder Florian Wirtz for a club record and Premier League record fee. The German arrives at Anfield for what is believed to be an initial €125 million fee, with a further €15 million in very achievable add-ons, plus another possible €10 million in more difficult-to-reach add-ons. Liverpool made several offers that fell short of Leverkusen's evaluation of the player, but the club's determination to get a fair price has now paid off. Wirtz is also Bayer Leverkusen and the Bundesliga's most expensive ever departure. He has reportedly signed a deal until the end of June 2030 with the Merseyside club. Wirtz has become the most expensive German player, the most expensive player in Premier League history, and the sixth most expensive player in the history of the game. If all add-ons are met, it could rise to third most expensive transfer ever. According to the Transfermarkt database, the transfer fee of the 22-year-old playmaker surpasses the €121 million Chelsea paid to Benfica for Argentina midfielder Enzo Fernandez in January 2023. The deal is also larger than what Chelsea paid to Brighton for Moises Caicedo in August 2023. That deal, including add-ons, can grow to €133 million. Where does Wirtz rank among German players? Bayer Leverkusen also holds the current record for the most expensive player in German history. Die Werkself sold Kai Havertz for €80 million to Chelsea in the summer of 2020. After scoring the winner in the 2021 Champions League final, Havertz was then sold to City rivals Arsenal in the summer of 2023 for €75 million, which constitutes the second biggest fee in history for a German player. To put that in perspective, the Wirtz deal on its own is almost equivalent to the combined value of the two Havertz transfers. Record transfer. What can Florian Wirtz add to Liverpool? The transfer also adds a new dimension to Liverpool's long and storied history. The English record champions have never before spent more than €100 million for a new player. Darwin Núñez previously held the record. The Uruguayan forward was signed for €85 million ahead of the 2022/23 season from Portuguese giants Benfica. Due to the enormous fee and the hype around the player, Wirtz will no doubt arrive on English shores with huge expectations upon his shoulders. Firmino, Diaz and company. Liverpool's record signings. So what can Liverpool fans expect from Wirtz? He is one of the most talented German footballers in at least a generation. Indeed, Wirtz dominated German football like no player before him in the 2023-24 season when Leverkusen became the first Bundesliga club to win the title undefeated. On that run, Wirtz scored 11 goals and provided 12 assists in 32 games. Although Leverkusen somewhat dropped off this season, Wirtz was still highly productive, scoring 10 goals and 13 assists in 30 Bundesliga games. The 22-year-old also scored 6 goals and 1 assist in 9 Champions League games. And there is a sense that this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is also reflected in his market value, which stands at €140 million.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.